What's good? Welcome to the Full Cup Podcast. I'm Quincy with the questions.
Big 50 Capone, stay blown, baby. You know it. What's that? It?
Man, this definitely been going to be a great show today. Men's mental health, and y'all know this is also Men's Mental Health Month here in June. So this, we're gonna hit something,
You know what it
something.
is.
Just a little bit. Let me make sure I share this up
Out
real
to
quick. 50, how
everybody,
you week
man.
been, bro?
Oh man, week been great. Weekend great. Life great. Loving this shit, appreciating this shit. Spent the day at the lake with the babies and the family yesterday, so it wasn't no show
How
for
was
real,
that,
bro.
bro? How was that?
That shit was fly, nigga. Hey, I think I invented a new relaxation. Flying a kite while your feet in the water.
Oh,
Listen. I was dog walking the kite yesterday. I got video with all the shit. I'm gonna pop off on stream. I'm gonna make a reel or do all the whole shit and post the footage and shit. But nigga, I was out there dog walking the kite, nigga. The kite didn't come down until I told the kite to come down, nigga. Like the wind was real nice. The motherfucking sun was nice and hot. Well, it got hot, you know what I mean? But nigga,
yeah.
that was so peaceful. Already like flying the kite, you know what I mean? I do that shit in the backyard. But nigga, I walked out into the middle of the water with that motherfucker. It was just look. Whole nother piece. A whole nother piece.
He said they don't want to deal with it.
Nah. It was relaxed. It was relaxing though. Yesterday was a good day. A much needed day for the family. The wife wanted to go to the water. You know what I'm saying? She was already asking to go. So we slid up to Comanche Lake. You know what I mean?
And I seen exactly where y'all was
had
at.
a nice, relaxing, peaceful day, man. Back the truck up to the water and fucking kicked it, nigga. Next time we go out there, though, I'm gonna barbecue. This time we only did fruit and sandwiches. Didn't really want to have to do too much. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want to have to pack up the grill, charcoal, lighter fluid, all the extras and the whoop-de-whoops, and then still get the condiments and the plates and the, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I didn't feel like doing all that. I really just wanted to kick it. I really just wanted to relax. You know what I mean? But nigga, yeah, it was real chill. She said, Talisha said, "Why you got that cowboy rag up?"
Oh man, season coming up. I got a flag on him.
He said, "I gotta let him know.
Yeah,
what up, Talisha?
Wifey in the building. What's good, man? J Poo in the
building.
Let
me share this shit out, man. Do what I gotta do real quick. I'm over here.
Right, we finna give y'all the quick 30 seconds. Then y'all know what it is. Get it together. Share it out. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the Full Cup Podcast, Men's Mental Health. What's good with y'all? Everybody come in and get comfortable.
You beautiful motherfuckers.
And all of y'all, man.
All y'all's, man.
Definitely want to thank my boy 50 Capone coming through, being a co-host, man. Doing it every Sunday, man. Be showing up. So
my locks ain't out. My shit looking crazy right now. I got the bonnet on. You know what I'm
saying? Shout out to Real Blunt. 10 a.m. on the West, and you know the rest. Every Saturday morning. Make sure y'all check that out with him and J Poo. Definitely something dope.
Black love and unity. You know it's always dope. Hey.
Said every single time.
Let's go. Wifey in the building. What's up, baby?
What's up with you, J Poo? Let me see who else in here. My boy Carl. I said Carl. My boy Earl Daniels in the building. What's good with you, man?
What up?
Welcome to Men's Mental Health. We got some stuff that we working on. Definitely gonna show y'all some stuff. I got some clips that I want to show y'all, man. Tell me how y'all feel about it. Definitely. Let me see what clip I want to start with first.
How your week going, my bro?
Here we go. First,
how's your week?
Oh, bro, my week was dope, bro.
Yeah.
Money rolling in, kids out of school.
Oh, see, here we go.
Yeah.
That out of school. Hey, when school get out, when the kids is home, it's time for the kids to get gone.
He said, y'all need to get to grandma house.
Yeah, it's time to go. Y'all can't, y'all ain't about to be home 24 motherfucking 7.
He said the whole time?
Y'all gotta be here the whole time? Nah.
The whole time.
We with our kids all the time anyway. I'm talking shit, but you know, they like, I used to go, my mama sent me to my grandparents' house, relatives' house or something, nigga, me, my sister, or vice versa. You know what I mean? My aunts to send their kids to us for the summer or, you know, for a month or whatever. Like, they used to bounce us around. My aunts, my uncles, all my cousins, we used to get tossed around.
Yeah, my kids, they used to be at their grandma's every summer, but we are 2,000 miles away and planes are dropping out of the sky.
And that's far as fuck to be driving.
That's why we ain't been on no flight or came home. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm nervous.
I'm not gonna be there the whole time. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they act a motherfucking fool when school is out. My son, it's like he checked out a whole week early, nigga. Like his last week of school, he might as well not have been there.
Right. Quincy too. Quincy was like, I got everything done already.
Look, completely checked out, nigga.
I'm just showing them because I gotta be here.
Talisha said I take them to do things during the summer. Yeah, definitely. You got to. That's why yesterday we started off with a trip to the motherfucking lake. Nigga.
Right.
And when I say they was in the water all day, look, I'm talking, we got there at about 9 o'clock, 8:40-ish, 9 o'clock.
Burn up.
We didn't leave till about 2 or 3. And they only got out the water for about 45 minutes, complete total time.
They was asleep then. They was sleep on the ride home.
Nigga, they was asleep before we lost vision of the lake, nigga.
Playing in that water will whoop you.
Nigga, we hit a couple turns in on the way out, and they was cake, nigga. They was knocked the fuck out, bro.
The best thing going.
Yeah. But, you know, that's just how the summer started out, man. Let's go ahead and jump into these clips, man. You know, we got to, if you're going to ask about my week, I'm going to ask about yours. You know, we got to check up on each other. The checks.
Absolutely, man.
Balances, baby.
I got this clip. So basically the way that the clip is set up is asking a question to women about men.
Right.
I want you to tell me how you feel about it.
Right.
Find it real quick.
This is the bullshit, right? I got snapped briefly. This how you know women know it's bullshit? Because they don't teach their sons that you don't take a bitch to fucking Cheesecake Factory. You take her to State 48 on the first date. They don't tell their sons, you know what you should do? You need to buy her bags, get her hair done, and get her nails done, and spend on your
whole just give her all your money. You spent all your money on her.
Mothers never tell their sons this hypothetical bullshit that they so-called preaching to the world. So that's how you know it's bullshit. You're not going to let a little dirty ass girl from around the way use your fucking son for his money. There's hard working money. If your son, that's from high school.
Let's say your son work at Chick-fil-A. Your son work at Chick-fil-A. Matter of fact, the piggyback on that, your son work at Chick-fil-A, he get a little check. He come home, now he don't got no money. And he say, Mom, oh no, I gave my girlfriend all my money.
She had to get I got Tadisha hair and nails done.
I got her nails done.
You gonna slap the shit out of you.
You gonna call him a fucking dickhead.
Exactly.
Don't let no little fucking dirty girl use you. So this is where I'm like.
Is that how you would feel, Jayla J?
Yeah, I would, that's unacceptable.
Moms would be ready to fight the girl. Like, yo, you ain't gonna keep taking my. And I seen suck ass niggas that only way they knew to fucking keep a girl around them was to spend money. But I just don't hear that same message when raising their sons is what they preach on IG or these other
that's
places.
a fact. That's a fact, bro.
Yeah, 100.
About to snap. This is the bullshit.
Look. What kind of catch-22 double standard bullshit?
And I watched that show. I watched that podcast, and I watched the whole thing. The lady was saying that she expects steak 48 on the first date, bags, the dude to go all out. But she said she wouldn't suggest that to her son.
So you could be the dirty little girl that you don't want your son to date.
Right.
You could be that.
But my question is that okay?
Hell no, nigga. Tricking what?
Because it seems it's a lot of that.
It broke tricking at that. Well, nigga, what? How is you gonna be a mom? Okay, mothers, look. Talisha said, I don't have a leg in this fight because I'm not the type of females they talking about laughing my ass off. Yeah, I know you was raised better. But if this mama or any woman can expect a man to drop a bag on her the first date and every date, but then tell they son, don't go for women like that, that ain't the type of woman, then how is you that type of woman? You're a walking walking contradiction. Like, don't shit you say match what the fuck you do. You inherently like teaching your son that it's okay to accept a woman like that because he sees you. Kids watch what you do. So if he attracting women like that or going for women like that, it's probably because he watch you. Oh no, Quincy said, "What's up, family? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Son? Your little big old ass,
man."
Damien in the building.
Damien, what's good with you, bro? Y'all come in and get comfortable. I'll play part of the video again.
That's wild.
A while, but when I seen it, I was like, "Fuck!" Like a lot of women. I'm gonna say some. I'm not even gonna say a lot. I've seen women that make sure that on you take them on a date, you got to spend this, and some of them be like, pay for the babysitter. And no, I don't do Cheesecake Factory. I'm beneath that.
How?
The whole shit. And I'm not mad at you if that's how you feel, but you not cool with your son wanting the same type of woman?
Set a better example. This is how you lead by example.
Ain't no
what I hear right here is do as I say, not as I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want your son to bring home the church girl, but you the sinner. You the fucking whole shit. You know what I'm saying? That you talking about, don't go fuck with.
It just
you know it, baby. That's child for men's mental health. I personally ain't never dated a woman like that. I can't. I won't. It ain't nowhere in hell, bro. He said, chill, I ain't that big. Shit. Look, you's a little big boy, a little big man. Just like my kid, nigga. We make big babies. So you big.
We bred beast around here.
Yeah, you was not no average young man. Hush that shit. I don't even want to hear it. Don't downplay it. Embrace it.
You don't got no choice but to embrace it.
You are the son of a big mother and father. Ain't neither one of them motherfuckers little.
At all.
Talisha said, can I add another perspective? Should it be women only raising these kids, especially boys? Men should be teaching boys how to be men. Yeah, like women ain't the only ones responsible, of course, but we got to realize the society we in, like how many men are actually active in their children's lives to where they teaching and instructing and being a productive parent and all the whole shit. It's a new day where men are being really recognized for their fatherhood, especially in the Black community. You know what I mean? But men all around. It was always said and always the theory or the status quo norm that men ain't shit, they deadbeat daddies, then whole child support bullshit and Yankee Doodle. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now it's
and
getting
even I seen a comment from Talisha. Talisha
Mhm.
said, not to say single women haven't been great moms, but men should be raising these boys. No, absolutely. But whether
Yeah.
the man is raising him or not. So say if the dad and the mom ain't together, and this is what she preaching, at her house. Even if the man is raising the son, he's still seeing it. I'm saying, does it seem fair? Like to expect that? Is it contradictory? Is it double standard?
That's hella contradictory, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, but it is what it is. Maybe that's just how she, as a mom, learned how to get hers. You know what I'm saying? But she know better. And so she trying to teach her boy better. You know what I'm saying? Like she like, yo, this is mama. But don't go for that shit. Like, mama find niggas that she can finesse and shit. You know what I'm saying? If she's schooling her son like that, like, I could dig it. I could dig it. You need to make ends meet. You grew up a certain way. You found your little niche. You know what I'm saying? That's her hustle.
And this is the thinking. And I'm not saying that she's teaching her son that, but for him to see it or for her to say it, even if he didn't see it, for her to have the audacity to say it.
But what if she had a daughter?
Right.
What then? What if it was a girl?
It'd probably be the same thing.
Would she be telling her daughter that is okay? That is okay? You know what I'm saying?
She would have to. Coley Cole in the building was good with you. Norman Rockwell in the building was good with you.
What up? What up? Talisa said kids will grow up and make their own opinions on their parents. So if mama wasn't shit while dating, they will understand that as they become grown. Damien said he'll learn from what he sees in her. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not really speaking of the child. I'm speaking on her thinking. Like the thinking, just the thinking of it alone.
Like
all
that whole mentality.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm more speaking to.
That shit fucked up. That's just a fucked up mentality.
I was like, damn, and I thought about it because I never really thought about it that way. I don't have a lot of this stuff that I'll be seeing. I guess it shocks me because I don't have to go through that. It's a lot of stuff that I don't get to go through, but I'm looking from the outside like my kids are going to be in this dating world.
Right. Like
and
a motherfucker.
This is the narrative that's being pushed. It's crazy.
If that's the type of parent, like there's parents out there like that though, that are pretty much just takers and finessers. You know what I'm saying? And the standard that they set for their kids, okay, that's like your parent a dope dealer. You know what I'm saying? Your parent big in the dope game. But they don't want you to be in the dope game. They want you to, go to school and be this, that, or the third. You know what I'm saying? Is do as I say, not as I do. Are they gonna change? Are they gonna change how they making their money? Are they gonna change how they live in their life? How they've grown accustomed? You feel me? I don't think so. That's the type of parents that are kind of delusional. Like you think because you tell your kid not to do this, they won't. But in reality, they see you do it all the time. So that's what they accustomed to. That's what they think is okay already. Nigga, that's moms. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was getting at. That's what I was
like.
That's thinking of my kids are. My Quincy gonna be a grown man in 3 years.
Right.
So he's gonna be dating. My daughter is gonna be a grown woman in 4 years. Right behind him. So it's like, damn, this was really going on. This is what it's not what being taught in my house, but when my kids go out into the world, like this is what they're gonna have to do. This is
what's available.
I really fear for my kids as far as dating.
Right.
I'm like, damn.
It's just like
what's good with you, bro?
I don't know. I think as men, though, this is one reason we definitely got to take charge of or have a hand in raising our kids.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And we got to do this shit consciously and methodically. You know, we can't just, oh, I got a kid and whatever goes. Nah, nigga, we got to set standards. We got to set examples. We got to imprint morals. You know what I'm saying? Do all this shit to make sure our kids are productive members of society, not just pieces of shit out here perpetuating this bullshit that goes along. When we leave the job to the mom and the man not stepping into the fold, that's hella pressure. I don't care if it was the man or the woman. For one parent to leave all that weight and pressure on the other parent is fucked up. Yeah, it's crazy, right? But then you got to be crazy to take on all that weight and pressure by yourself and X out the other parent for, you know, selfish reasons, because you see that shit too, where the dad ain't around because of mom on some bullshit, trying to keep the baby away from the dad or want to constantly talk down on the daddy or the, you know what I'm saying? Always something negative about that other parent. You feel? So it's like, nigga, we got to step up and stop allowing the bullshit to always happen to us. You know what I mean? If we want to be in our kids' life, we got to fight for that shit. If we want to make sure that we raising them right, have a hand in how they raise, we got to fight for that shit and quit letting the women just, I'm going to drag you through court, nigga. That, man, fix your shit and get a leg to stand on. That's one reason a lot of niggas get whooped in court is because they ain't got a leg to stand on. They ain't not financially stable. They not don't have permanent residence locked down. You know what I'm saying? It'd be all kind of deficiencies what they like.
Spread all over the place.
Right. Like, nigga, fix your shit so you can actually have a dog in a fight. But as long as welfare supports the woman and she's receiving that, she gonna always sit there and win in court, nigga, until you come to court with some ammunition. Until you get able to fight, nigga, and be like, look, I could intervene like this. I could do this for my child, this, that, and the third, and actually do it and follow through. You feel? Quincy said they sow what they see. They want what they see. I think that's what he meant. Yeah. Or what they think is cool. He said, got to take the risk and see it through. Damien said, sometimes there are parents who block the responsibility from the other parent with sense. Jamie, wifey said, literally kids spread everywhere. Right. And no accountability. No, nigga, how, if you got kids, you got to have certain things set up and in place, nigga, like a place to stay. A way to make money continuously. You know what I'm saying? Like you food, you know what I'm saying? Like these necessities have to be fucking taken care of.
Right. Gwen in the building. What's good with you, Gwen? I see you.
Because motherfuckers be on some bullshit these days. Niggas just want to fuck. Now it's like, how do you fuck and not think that you gonna make a baby? You know what I'm saying? Like if you fucking raw dog and you busting them bitches, nigga, you gonna make a baby. You must be ready to take care of some babies. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. I wouldn't kiss a bitch without a condom on until I was 25. And that was just kissing. You not kidding me.
Hello, funny nigga.
I'm not gonna.
Harris Reese in the building. What up? He
What's
said,
good with you, fam?
how you lost your child support in the court? Bitch, you tripping. Like, nigga, you went to court and lost the child support. Yeah. That nigga came in with all his ducks in a row.
Ready. He said, look,
ready.
The receipts.
Uh-huh.
This is where I live at.
Oh, well. It'd be like, well, Miss Such and Such, it seems like he's more stable than you are. I think we're going to award 50-50 custody and parental or the educate, because when you go to court, you gotta be over like the education and all the other shit, and then the other one get visitation and shit like that. But
and see, the thing is, I think what I would do in that situation, wherever she decided to move to,
Portia, what's good? I see you. Yeah.
I'll just move a block or two over. That way it can't be no problem.
I'm right here.
We ain't got no distance between us. But the kids can be at my house or your house and still get to school. We ain't got to worry about all that. Because I'm definitely not putting you on no child support.
Wifey said key words they are supposed to. Bear said, and not want to take care of the baby. My BM had to keep a nigga baby, and I don't even want her. I'm getting dogged for doing the right things for my son, shaking my head backwards as fuck. The system be backwards, man. You know, especially against black people. You know what I mean? Black men and shit. It's a work against. It ain't a work for.
And my girl Portia Maxwell is in the building. What's good with
ain't
Portia?
Never been.
Make sure y'all check out Portia Maxwell's podcast. Portia is queen on YouTube and any other places she has it. It's definitely dope, man. Make sure y'all go check out the episodes. We definitely support her over here on the Full Cut.
You know it. But yeah, man, you can't. That's a fucked up mentality. I can't fuck with it.
Yeah, I'm cool, man. I just be worried about my kids.
Can we say that's gold digging?
You said it's gold digging?
We gold digging, right? But don't go get no gold digger. But your mama a gold digger. But she won't fuck with a nigga unless you drop the 10 bands. Right.
That's horrible.
That's wild. I don't care how you paint it. That's just wild. Would you just say so? What leadership?
I said that's horrible leadership.
Horrible leadership. Yeah, it is.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
You want to lead an army of killers, but you ain't no killer.
Hey, I'm saying you want to act like a gold digger, you're gonna raise a trick or a gold digger, depending on what you got. Or you better hope your child got sense enough and that you actually taught them the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a gold digger, you got to teach your son or your daughter and not bullshit them. Oh, mama ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Acting like you ain't what you is. That's how you fuck them up. Period, point blank. Paris said, I want my child support and I don't even need it, but the fact that she makes more money than me but don't want to take care of her own child is insane. Oh, wow. Quincy said, might as well be single. Yep. Right, they do it to us. Wifey said, they don't want black families, so you can't let them motherfuckers win. Hell nah. And she also said, this is happening everywhere, and yes, it's insane. That's just shit. I don't know. Raise your kids with some motherfucking morals, people.
Please. My kids are gonna be out here dating.
Nigga. I don't want my son to start liking some fucking gold digging ass bitch because her mama was a gold digger, her grandma was a gold digger, and their aunties. And
I just don't want my kids to go into the world bitter. Because, you know, they went to dating early and they were like, fuck a nigga or fuck a bitch. I don't want that for my kids. And that's how those feelings are brought up. They get their heart broke because they thinking they somebody in love with them, but they in love what they can do for them.
My sons are okay. Well, all my kids really. When I think about it, dating wise, they savvy, they smart. My oldest daughter, she ain't never brought nobody home for me to meet. She be like, Daddy, ain't none of these motherfuckers worthy of meeting you. I ain't serious about none. She tells me, you know what I'm saying? She's like, I ain't serious about nobody right now. I'm working on me, my money, you know, life, this, that, and the third. And I appreciate that. My oldest son, he pretty much on the same shit. He'd be like, I ain't worried. He got a couple females that caught themselves liking him. They done liked him for a while. One specifically trying to keep coming back and forth, trying to talk to him or, you know what I mean, trying to get close to him or whatever, but he keep her at a distance. He's like, man, I ain't worried about none of that right now, Dad. I'm just worried about school. I'm worried about getting the job done, getting this taken care of, and, you know, that's it. the son up under him.
What's good with you?
What's good? Come in, get comfortable. My son up under him had his little girlfriend for a couple years, and then he decided to be single, work on himself. And the rest of them, they don't really, the only other one that can date is my teenage daughter, but she don't trip on none of that. She worried about school, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate they mind and all that shit, and they don't let nobody come into their life fucking shit up, you know what I'm saying, or using them and abusing them. I think me and their mom, we all did a good job in making sure their head was on straight. And as far as, problems of the heart, issues in dating and all that shit, we were very open when we talked to them and communicated. I think that's what we got to be as parents. Hella open and communicative with our children on these topics, no matter how taboo they may be or whatever. If the kids is uncomfortable and all that, fuck all that.
Yeah, we got to talk about this.
Yeah.
I don't want the world. I mean, the world's going to do you dirty anyway.
Right.
But at least I want to give you some armor when you go out there.
Man.
And I go for
the right armor
and my daughter.
The right armor, nigga. Not no bullshit, not no sugar-coated shit. Not me sitting here trying to put myself on a pedestal and make it look like I ain't never did shit wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to let you know the nitty-gritty, how down and dirty it can get and how real and ugly it can get. You know what I mean? Fuck all that sugar-coated shit. That way. Yeah, and how fast it can get that way.
Most definitely. Oh, wait, Joseph Shelton in the building. What's good with you, Joe? I seen you pass through. I think we got some more topics. But when I seen that clip, I was like, man, it kind of threw me off. I was like, what? Like, wait a minute. That makes perfect sense. You sending this person out into the world, dating. This is your thinking behind it. Crazy.
Right. But that's why we got to be there. Men, period, point blank. Period, point blank. Hey, son, look. Yeah, I had you with your mama, but you don't want no woman like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want your mama. I had to buy your mama X, Y, and Z when I'm like, we got to be real about who we are as parents, so our kids make the best informed decisions in life.
Yeah.
If ain't nobody realer in life than the parent, the kid gonna be like, nigga, everybody fake. Keep it real with your kids, damn it.
You got to, man.
Joseph said, Quincy 50, what up? Thank you for men's mental health. You know it. Talise said, exactly. Talk about it. Teach, raise. Society talks about the issues with families, but never solutions. She also said, men and women need each other, but stay mad at each other playing blame game. Yeah, for real. And that's what motherfuckers need to get over. And stop trying to make each other look like the fucking bad guy. You know what I'm saying? You want to argue and pop up. Yeah, your mama, she was over there sucking dick and
so whoa.
Woo, woo, woo. Like, whoa, pops. You know what I'm saying? Your mama firing back also with some dirty shit as well. You know what I mean? Like, put the dirty rounds down. Put the dirty rounds up, man. Stop busting at each other like that in front of the kids. Right. Let's go ahead and be civil and use better judgment, man. Use our I don't know. Use our fucking brain when raising our kids, damn it.
Because this is getting out of hand.
Yep. But I don't know. I think the biggest takeaway is just keep it real with your kids, man. That's the biggest thing I can do. Like, if you're gonna be a hoe, let your kids know, hey, mama throw that ass for some money. I don't want you doing that, but this is how I know how to get
Ladies,
it.
Please do not. Literally, ladies, do not tell your kids that. If that is your profession, do not tell you.
If you're a pimp, hey, look.
No.
Look, this is how daddy get it. This is how mama get it.
Tonight, baby.
Look, I'm saying, hey, if you a police officer, if you a fucking doctor, whatever you are, this is the thing that, like, those may be taboo professions, but let's be real, they professions that are occupied by motherfuckers who raise children.
But still, it's like you don't just tell your baby, "Hey man, look,
Hey,
mama gotta go sell some ass tonight. The light bill due." You can't say, "I gotta make money. I'm going to work." This is what you gonna say? Or daddy gonna say, "Yeah, I gotta make these women sell their bodies so we can have some money." Saying, "What?"
hey, look, your kids know. They know already. And a lot of time they waiting for you to keep it real with them, or is you gonna bullshit them? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just, hey, if you a dope boy, she said, I don't know, kids don't know everything. Some things taint kids early. Like your discretion. I'm not saying you got to be as blunt as that. You know what I mean? But your kids know already. You can't sit there and think you're just gonna bullshit your kid their whole life and act like you some saint when you a sinner, or act like you a sinner when you a saint. You know what I mean? Like, just be real with your fucking kids.
But I wouldn't suggest telling your kids you a prostitute. Like telling you a stripper and you go to work somewhere, but you don't do nothing. But
shit, little Timmy up the street. Little Timmy and John go tell your son and your daughter at school, yeah, I seen your mama on 53rd shaking that ass with that thong on, and they gonna probably bring a motherfucking reel of that shit the next day. Nigga, stop playing. Stop playing. And what you gonna say then?
Nobody knows you. Nobody know your kids, because that's crazy. He said, "Yeah, rent due. Mama got to go out here and give 30 hand jobs tonight."
A couple Lucky Lucy's at a Brazilian.
Yeah. Okay, I'm out of here.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you already know, Felicia. It's all in moderation. It ain't, you know what I mean, just busting it out right out the gate, but you can't sugarcoat it. And if you're not going to change the way you living, you can't expect your kids not to know or ask questions or see. You know what I'm saying? They going to see. And if they don't see everything, they going to hear it from other motherfuckers.
Right. That's true.
Bottom line.
But still, shit, stay out of that profession. That'll be an uncomfortable conversation. I wouldn't be able to even watch that on a video. I would have to turn that off. Like, you know what? Not today. Ain't no way.
Nigga, look, I was aware by the time I was I want to say 11, 12, I was aware of more than the adults around me thought I was.
Oh yeah.
And the more everybody lied to me, the more I drew away from everybody and went and just did my own thing. Because everybody just lied to me about who the fuck they were, what the fuck they did. And the ones that didn't lie to me about it, I listened to more because they were able to keep it real with me. Those are the ones that advice I was actually able to listen to, because I had a little more respect for them, because they didn't sit there and bullshit me about what the fuck was going on. You feel me? That is, I don't know. You do things to kids, the more you lie to them. If you think you playing them and they stupid and they don't know this, or you could just tell them anything, you really fuck up trust with them, because like we all know, kids are smarter than the motherfucker, smarter than you think they is.
Please don't tell them you a hodo. I'm stuck on that right now. Like, what the fuck? It's still bothering my soul just to think like, yeah, give me a kiss, mom. Mama. I don't know what you do.
Yeah, no, ma. Talisha said the son called his daddy a bub because he having issues keeping a job. Kid don't know anything about providing. It's how you put it to him. You know what I'm saying? It's all in your explanation in the way you live in your life. My kids know exactly why daddy lived the way he is. You know what I'm saying? The way he do. Why I do things the way I do. They know the ins and outs. I don't sugarcoat nothing with my kids. But I don't have nothing that's tainted like that I gotta hide from my kids.
Exactly. That's different.
But yeah, that's
if
it.
If you was out there at Gigolo, Like,
I would let my kids know. No, I would straight up let my kids know, hey, Daddy, I work, you know, in such and such capacity. I don't know how I would word it exactly because it ain't something that I do, but I would have to let them know. And straight up, like, yo, I don't want y'all to be out here doing this, but
my bad, bro.
This how Daddy make his money. I'm real. Hey, bro, you already know me. I don't have a embarrassment factor. So my honesty and my bluntness is deep, dog. So when it come to my kids and letting them know shit, I really let them know. You know what I mean? Because I want my kids to know who Daddy is. Straight up. They know who they daddy is. They know exactly.
Sorry for that. That made me laugh and choke me off.
But
well, Daddy got to go out here and throw the stick tonight.
Hey, I said that shit in jest like that. You know what I mean? But it's all in how you deliver it to your kids. You ain't got to be so graphic and so fucking vulgar. But
so tell me the proper way to tell your kids you a gigolo. I'm listening.
I'm a gigolo. The straight shit.
Hell no.
The nigga.
Your kid, but what if your kid don't know what it is? Because you'll tell your kid something and they
no.
Don't know.
First off, when we say kid,
your 7th grader, because they ask what your daddy do for a living, they got to draw it out, and it say gigolo, and it's got you sitting.
Hey, and then when he needs some examples, I'll be like, hey, that little kid, Harry, that's in your class, his mama know about me.
See? Oh, man. Ain't no
fuck with me. Don't fuck with me.
Oh, man.
I mean, like, yeah, Miss Banks up the street.
Stay around her daughter. Stay around her daughter. She a good tipper. She's gonna be a good tipper, just like her mama. You stay there.
Look, man, I just think that keeping it real with our children is better than lying to them. You know what I mean? Especially if you're not gonna change. If you're gonna change before they start hitting those ages of understanding, remembrance, and all the whole comprehension shit, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and hide a little bit of your past and be candid. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be so upfront. But nigga, if you gonna be that, and it's gonna be through their teen years, and nigga, that's basically how you gonna really keep making your money. Nigga, you might as well tell them before somebody else do. Because when somebody else tell them, it's gonna be worse than what the fuck you said, and it's probably gonna be out of anger and hate, nigga, because they gonna try and fuck your kids' feelings up because they know some dirt that your kids don't know because you didn't tell them. But
or maybe when you know you got a child coming, you need to start flipping your profession. Like
you need to start flipping your profession the fuck around.
Because this ain't cool.
Because this ain't what you want to teach your kids. This is where you got to use your better judgment as a parent and have, you know, either your morals and ethics is going to kick in or not. You feel me? And you either going to make a change or you not. Like I know parents who were dope dealers and they taught their kids the game. I know some that were and didn't teach their kids the game. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen them turn out in different ways. I know parents that were preachers, pastors. You know, we got them all through our family. They run deep. But shit, they were straight up with their kids, and their kids ain't give a fuck. Some of their kids is gangsters and all the whole other shit. Like, who you are as a parent is going to dictate how your kids come out to a point, period, point blank, and how honest you are about that with them.
You're just making better decisions as working options.
Hey.
Wait a minute.
Things the kids don't need to know. Laugh my ass off.
Since I was
not being
3,
not
and
me
I'm
being
17
a hold up. Wifey said we teach age appropriate things over here. Exactly. It's all age appropriate. You know what I mean? And I don't know about everybody else, but as I go through life, I tailor the things that I do personally because I don't want to have to explain a lot of bullshit to my kids. You know what I want to explain good things, not bad things. Why daddy is doing, you know, X, Y, and Z, and nigga, it's choices in life. You feel me?
That's what I'm.
And once you become a parent, you got to start making them choices.
Yeah, like come on, man. What Boosie say? Come on now, dog.
Come on.
Come on now, dog.
But this is the world we live in. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and act like it ain't real. I'm not gonna sit here and act like these scenarios, these situations, these lifestyles, these choices, mentalities. This shit is real, nigga. It's out there. And look, whether we want to say it or not, there are parents out there that are that blunt. There are parents out there that are that direct, honest, and truthful with their kids. Some of them is like, nigga, I'd rather you get the harsh truth from me than the motherfucking streets. I'd rather you understand the reality of the way we live our life than be disillusioned and fucked up in the head. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And it ain't what it ain't. It ain't what it ain't.
The fuck you mean, man? Let's do better.
Talisha said, my kids found and pointed out one of my old school photos of me down in a bottle of vodka. I had to explain, but I said it wasn't okay to do all the time. Wifey said, nigga. Joseph said, how do we heal from that? Little Chrissy said, Ma, I was traumatized. Like, why is mama down in this bottle of vodka? How we heal from that, Joseph? The shit, like I said, man, making these better decisions consciously, ethically, morally. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start tapping back in with the morals and the ethics, the values, and stop being so fucking needy.
We just be open to a lot of bullshit.
Way too open.
Like kind of how the things that we accept. Like, you know how you said it's a reality to some people that your mom was a prostitute. Like,
right.
You know, some people wake up in that reality, and I'm not knocking what nobody do for money, but you have to want to do something better because you don't want your kids to fall into that.
Exactly. That's where I'm going with. Like, we can make I make light of the situation because, you know what I mean, it's just what the fuck I do. I can, you know what I'm saying? I could do what the fuck I want to. But the reality of it is that it is real situation. It is lifestyles for some people. It is like conscious choices for some people. Like, that's how they want to live. And I'm not just talking about prostitution. I'm talking about any type of lifestyle. It's a conscious choice, like, for a lot of people to do what the fuck they doing.
Right.
Now, if you're going to be honest about that with your children or not, that's up to you. But you got to realize that as a parent, there's going to come a certain age where your child is going to be very aware of the activities and who you are. And you either going to continue to be or change for the, you know what I mean? So that they have a better opinion.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Like, and that stems from this video. We got to start thinking better.
Yeah.
As adults, we got to start really thinking better.
So he just said, Joseph, we have to learn how to filter out things that don't serve you. We aren't our parents. We decide our lives. And learning how to forgive and let go. I like that, Talisha. Yep. Wifey said that part. If you're not going to change, yes, hell yes. Be honest or expect them to start lying to you as well. Yeah. And they going to start lying to you. I promise you. You're going to be like, man, why you?
They don't lie about
they kids lie. Yes. But that honesty, the honesty you give builds honesty with your children. And the lying becomes less and less.
Honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell my child I was a gigolo. I would make sure I do something else. Maybe I'll be a gigolo part-time, or I'll be like the gigolo Batman, only when it's really needed.
He got an old school pager. Daddy, what's the sidekick for? I didn't think they made these no more. Like, oh damn, Ethel calling me again.
Gotta suit up.
She need the midnight value.
Gotta go grab some cigarettes, baby. Like, you don't even smoke. I'll be back.
Quincy, Lil Q said, it's too much in this world. Where's the pause button? Wifey said, absolutely. Think better and teach better. Right. Tilly said, I hate that I have to keep going out and back in to see other comments. Damn, Facebook shaking my head. Wifey said, I literally have to do the same thing. That sucks. Joseph said, well, my mother told me when I was 35, she and her girlfriends took down a bank in 76. I laughed, but it still shocked me. See? That's an honesty for your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's something that could have been omitted. There's things my mom has told me as time has progressed and we've grown that she didn't, tell me when I was younger. You feel me? So I know the more honest you are with your children, the better it'll help your relationship develop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because at a certain point, kids realize, and either you're going to lie to them and fuck up that trust, or you're going to tell them the truth, give them the game, set them straight with it, and let it go from there. Let it develop from there. But if you start out lying, shit, that's what they're going to come back with. And they probably going to be out there trying to do what they see you doing and fuck up because you lying to them and ain't keeping it all the way a buck. You feel me?
Well, this is your salesman shit. That's the truth.
Joseph said, thank you, Talisha. Talisha said, all kids lie at some point, some more than others. Adults lie too, some more than others. No amount of awareness will make us perfect. No, but honesty breeds honesty, I feel. And I just know that in my experience, my honesty with my kids allowed them to be honest with me. You know what I mean? There's still certain things that they lie about, but they always come back and be like, X, Y, and Z, Dad, this is whoop-de-whoop-whoop. But a lot of times they don't even, now with the older ones, I get straight truth from them. I don't have to worry about them lying to me. You know what I mean? It might be a minute before they tell me some shit because they working up the nerve and the courage. But as far as me worrying about them lying to me, I don't. And with the younger kids, I'm working on that, but they understanding at this point that the lying is not necessary or okay.
Right. Definitely right.
Quincy said, yeah, because some things I can't say out loud. Nah, I'm just kidding. Wifey said, don't lie. We have to understand that they will eventually know that we are lying to them. You have to ask yourself, do I want a good relationship with my children later? Right. Talisha said, we are all, most of us, striving to be better, but it's a journey. We are never at the destination, but some people are more evolved. Exactly. And don't worry about everybody else's journey. Worry about your own. You know what I mean? That's what we all need to do. Our journeys look different. Shit, embrace it, damn it.
Man, well, I'm glad we spun on that. That was definitely a dope topic, though. I like that. I have a question about dating. I'll play a couple clips I want to ask some people here in the crowd, yes or no. Nobody's opinion will be bad. Do you think a lot of people date other people and think they better because of the color of their skin or their ethnicity?
Repeat that.
Do you think a lot of people date outside of their race, not because they like the person, it's because they think this color of person or ethnicity or race is better?
Hell yeah. Colorism?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
But not even just colorism. Like they feel like black men, you shouldn't date black men. You should date something else, or you shouldn't date Mexican women because of this.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people will take that and be like, well, I'm never dating this race because they're known of this. So the stereotypes and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Do you think people do that more now? Or was it something that we kind of got over?
I think it's kind of mixed, half and half. I think because if you look at certain cultures, they teach that shit. There are certain Chinese people, like Asian people, are just now getting to the point where they're embracing, loving Black. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is over there making their hair in the afros. They trying everything they can to get the technique down to make their hair nappy and knotted and this, that, and the third. I was seeing a post go around for a minute talking about paying Black men for sperm or some shit like that over there, and another post where it talking about how infatuated they are when they see Black people, because a lot of them may never seen none or met none like that. You know what I'm saying? Where back in the day, I remember I dated this Asian girl, and she told me that she couldn't talk to me no more because her father said that all Black men are lazy. And I was in the military, all the whole shit, and he didn't know me. He didn't know that. And she didn't know that either, because I never used to just tell people exactly what the fuck I did when I met them. You know what I mean? I used to just meet them. I would never just tell everybody what the fuck I did until I felt comfortable enough. And when she said that shit, I said, you know what? I'm cool. It made me cool on her, because I was just like, you know what? I was taking a chance anyway. You know what I mean? I kind of was feeling you, thought you was a little fly. But I kind of already knew that about Asian men, Mexican men. You know what I mean? They already had, back in the day, had this preset mindset when it came to Black men. So that was what they taught. That was actually like how they taught their kids. So now I think it's mixed. I think it's about a 50-50 point, because that shit perpetuates, but the world is growing. You know what I mean? Ethnicities are mixing, blending, more and more. It just is what it is. Evolution is evolutioning. Shit.
Yeah. So, and all speaking about dating, I came across this clip, and well, I'm not angry. It's not triggering me, but it's surprising to hear. Just I'm gonna play the clip, and then I'll come and talk, because I definitely gotta.
Be mad, get you a Mexican, get you a Jamaican, get you a Haitian, anything but a Black man. And if you want a white guy, if it ain't white, he ain't right. All the Black men were so offended. I'm stamping it. That's how I felt.
Your boyfriend, he's over
him right there.
He heard this video and said, "Nah, I'm good because I'm not Black."
My man said that Jamaicans aren't Black.
That's the conclusion you came up with?
Yeah, at first I said I'm not Black because I'm Jamaican. And it's a difference.
People don't understand when we say we're Black, then people are like, oh, we all Black. And then we got people in the diaspora that separate themselves and be like, they Black, I'm not Black, because they understand Black means Black American.
And Jamaicans get accused of the same shit. Cheating. So how y'all separate yourself?
So
comedy, nigga, comedy.
This is what I came across. So this is why I was asking that question, like as far as dating goes. To hear because I've heard Black dudes say the same thing too. So I'm not just putting this on women. I've heard Black dudes be like, "Oh man, I'm only dating white chicks and Mexican chicks, and hey, if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing." But to say it because you think that race is better than this race is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then to separate yourself as Jamaican nigga, you still Black. Like you, for you, like to be like you separating yourself from us also.
But that's how they've done it for a long time. It's a well-known stereotype, and we used to see the shit a lot back in the day, especially a living color. Me Jamaican man, me wear 3 hat, me got me this, me that, me that, me this, me this, me that, me that. You know what I mean? Yeah. They used to be the banker, the security guard, the manager, the cook. They used to be the janitor. You know what I mean? That's how they did it on certain clips of shit. But then when it came to Black Americans, the best depiction they could give was something negative. You know what I mean? Something lazy, something destructive, something counterproductive. You know what I mean? Those were the stereotypes that were put out there intentionally. That Black Americans aren't shit. They want Black people to look at Black people and the rest of the world to look at Black people like we ain't shit. But in doing so, that showed that they from Africa, they from Europe, all the other Black people loved the culture that was coming from the Black Americans, the fashions, the hip, you know what I mean? Everything coming out of them, but didn't want to be them. You know what I mean? Did everything they could to distinguish themselves as separate. Look, they've been doing this shit forever.
But to hear, you know, our women come from us and say that, and then for women to hear from our men that's like, I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like she was like, she was putting the Black men down.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't have to do that to want to date something else. That goes for the men too. You don't have to put down race, nigga, because you want to date something else. That's crazy.
But we got to realize the mentality that's been bred. You know what I'm saying? It's been kept from the Black American man, the ability to rise, provide, succeed, be more than, be independent. All of these things have been denied intentionally. And in denying all of that, that painted us in a certain light and put us in certain positions to where these stereotypes can manifest, can be pushed, and the whole agenda. You know what I mean? We got to keep in mind that all this shit ain't just happened haphazardly. All of this shit has been happening because it's been systematically set upon us. We didn't come from bullshit. We were set in the bullshit and kept in the bullshit. And every time we made an attempt to climb out of the bullshit, we weren't getting help from motherfuckers from Jamaica. We weren't getting help with motherfuckers from Africa. They weren't coming over here to make sure that the welfare of the Black man in America is rising and none of that. The only thing everybody did was look down on us and join in on the bashing. You know what I'm saying? That's
hold on. Felicia said something I want to read real quick. And Caleb, what's up with you? I see you, my guy. Felicia said, Black people in America are the only ones who say we are a color. So do white people.
That's because we don't have no ethnicity, Talisha.
So
it's taken from us. It was taken from us. She said other countries say their ethnicity. Jamaican, Haitian, Nigerian, French, African, they have culture. We have a color. Yeah, that's what they gave us. But that's what I'm getting at. Like, we got to keep in mind, that's what the fuck we were given.
Hey, it just looks like Hispanics, they call them brown people.
Yeah, but see, even Hispanics still have their ethnicity. They can say they're from X, Y, and Z. They can claim
to hear the color thing. Like when Felicia said it, made me think like, damn, that is crazy. We do call everybody
like, nigga, what the fuck we gonna say, nigga? We what? Oh, I'm Californian Black. That ain't an ethnicity, nigga. Like, what?
I'm California Black. He said, wait a minute, bro. What the fuck is that mean?
What? I'm Texas Black. But that ain't ethnicity. We differ.
I'm American. I'm Black American. That's what I am.
And that's what we all distinguished as. And in distinguishing us all as Black Americans, we all fall in the same boat, regardless of where the fuck we at, regardless of our social status, regardless of our earning potential, regardless of our knowledge, yada, yada, yada. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying? None of it. Wifey said exactly. They took our culture from us. Joseph said a lot of brothers tried to explain to me why white women were better than Black women, or I think None of these explanations had to do with love, but bad experiences. J Nut said, "What up, J Nut?" He said, "Our ethnicity is African American." No, it ain't. That's a title that we try to use to describe who the fuck we are. We're trying here, but that ain't who the fuck we are. Talisha said Hispanics say Mexican American, Puerto Rican, Dominican. Whites still know where they're from. Polish, French, Italian, they know their history, even if they say white. Black Americans.
That's what they call us, African Americans.
This is where you get the ones that are clinging to the Moor lineage. The ones boasting so hard for indigenous heritage. We out here trying to create that lineage that we're trying to reconnect to it by any means, because we know it's fucking missing. Bottom line, we know it's missing. We feel it. You feel me? And in feeling that it's missing, when we see something that might click, like, okay, that's possible, that's who we are or where we came from, like the Moors, like the indigenous thing that's going on now, and we were native to the land, or black people going to trace down their Indian lineage, through whatever means, whatever, because they trying to tie directly back to the land. They took away from us the ability to tie ourselves directly to the land in which we come from. And that's the problem we have. That's a big problem for us. You feel me? A lot of us, they taught us through everything they could fucking do that, we came over here in slave ships, and we all from Africa and this, that, and when the reality is the whole world was black. You feel me? There was black people here. There was black people in South America. I don't care how much these motherfuckers dig and find new this, that, and the third discoveries, they be black. Period, point blank. They get blacker and fucking blacker. They get older and they get blacker. I'm saying.
They're older and they get blacker.
The discoveries get older, bro. And the older they get, the blacker, the farther away from anything European they get.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It sounds hella funny. That nigga said they get older, they get blacker.
They get blacker.
The deeper they dig, the darker it gets.
The darker it get, goddammit. Stop playing with me.
Oh shit, man.
Joseph said 50 is right. We were trying to find our true identity for the last 250 years. Exactly. Talisha said over the last few decades, black people have been doing the DNA test to find which country they are from. We all can do it. She also said my dad's sibling did it for the Bryces, and we come from Nigeria and West Africa. Wifey said, yes. Hey, Joseph also said identity politics is the greatest divider of our people. Exactly. That was the first curse they set upon us, was dividing us and fucking off our identity.
Talisha, we definitely know your family came from Nigeria. We didn't even have to do a DNA test for that.
Nigga stupid.
Yeah, I knew that before you said it. You gonna beat my ass again.
She gonna fuck you up when you walk out. You gonna walk into a clothesline. Boom.
She gonna beat my ass for that.
It is what it is. They wanted us to be the bad guy and everybody to look down upon us. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. So although the black man and the black woman slaved and was put into the most horrendous position and situations and quarters and like all the whole shit was just the worst, right? We built this motherfucker.
Man.
You feel me? We built this motherfucker, regardless whether the buildings were here before or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We built this shit. So for us to be looked down upon and everybody to say, oh, they lazy, they this, that, and the third. No, motherfucker. We fed up. Nigga, we tired. We ready for a war is what the fuck really is, because that's the only thing gonna really help and change shit. Stop fucking playing. Wars always, that's why we fighting wars right now to this goddamn day, because they trying to change some shit. They trying to make some shit happen in the favor of whoever's pressing the war. You know what I'm saying? To the victor go the spoils. The victor writes history.
Right.
Not the loser. You ain't never heard the loser dictate policy. Set standard.
At least you came for me. You said, Quincy, set your big mumbo matumbo ass up. You definitely from Sierra Leone.
He said, we are the border people. We protect
I'm
the border.
from Sierra Vista.
He said, no, Sierra Vista. You got the wrong Sierra, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm from Sierra Vista.
Not Leone, nigga. South side, nigga.
Oh shit! I got another video on the same, basically on the same thing. Asked another female saying it. Y'all just tell me what y'all think.
I haven't had that issue with Caucasian men. Sex was never brought up. They just wanted to just love on me. And I mean, to the point where like, I dated this one guy and he would pick my food up from the table and carry it to my car. He would hold the door for me. When I got in the car, he would close the door. He would get on his side, like.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Because I think.
So, do you guys think she's appreciating white men, or saying that black men don't know how to love women properly? Like, do y'all think that that's what she's getting at? And is that an issue?
That's just another mind state, another mentality out there, man. You know, I mean, you can't knock where somebody finds value or how they see value. It's to each his own perspective. You know what I mean? I see value in being with my own people. It helps strengthen us as a people. You know what I mean? Because we are a people. I see that we are a people. I acknowledge that we are a people. If you don't, and you all about self and comfort, survival, all of those things, then you're going to look to whatever fulfills that. And you're going to shy away from the harder task. The harder task is for Black people to build together. The easier task is for us to try to go and be accepted by other motherfuckers or tolerated by other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of cool on that mindset. I'm kind of cool on people who think like that. If you can't find value in your own people, then I don't really want to fuck with you. I don't give a fuck.
That's what I kind of wanted to say. Talisha said she's just speaking of her experiences. She don't believe she's speaking bad against Black men, I believe. But I don't think she's speaking bad, but she's telling women they can go a different way. Like, basically, like Black men don't do those things. Like, Black men don't open her doors, or, you know, Black men don't, you know, not think about sex, or, you know, not bring up sex. So it's kind of like a little shade thrown. But if, you know, white is your preference or something else, then hey, do that. Do what you want.
You ain't got to throw shade on nobody else. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't date certain ethnicities or races don't mean that I'm going to talk bad about them. You know what I'm saying? Or try and down them to make who I do date look better. You feel me?
And she didn't do that, but the tone of it was, I guess.
I think, like Talisha said, she was really just giving her experiences, like in her experience with, and you got to think about, like, how many white men has she actually ran into or fucked with like that? You feel me? So I know some white men that ain't shit, that'll dog a bitch out, that have.
To date.
Yeah. I know Hispanic men like that. I know Asian men like that. I know black. I know all kind of motherfuckers like that. But then on the flip side, I also know that flip side. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers that will open those doors and rub feet and deliver this and go that extra 20 miles for them. You feel me? But that's because, yeah,
God damn.
That's just who they are. You know what I'm saying? That's who they are as an individual. That's what they want to bring to the table. Not because they have to do it, because they want to do it. They also enjoy doing it. There are men out there that really enjoy going that extra mile for a woman, treating them like a queen, seeing that smile on their face, watching their eyes light up. You know what I'm saying? I treat my wife like that because I love to see that excitement on her face, that joy in her eye, that appreciation, that amazement, that wow factor. You feel me? Like, I love to see all of that shit. So that's just in me, period. And any woman I was with, that's what they would get if that's how I felt about them. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't really gonna do with they race. Like, if I'm fucking with you, I'm fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? It's just my personal preference that I fuck with my people. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I feel is the best for our people.
My bad.
Oh no, you good? I could go date anybody. I've had all kind of women hit on me, look at me with them Google Gaga eyes, and you know what I'm saying, try and holler at me. I've had it all, but my personal choice is my people, and it ain't knocking nobody else because shit, it's fuckheads in all the races, and there's good motherfuckers in all of them. End of the day, you choose to see that. You choose to see the color if you want to see color. That's bottom line. And you choose to hold on to those stereotypes if you choose to. That's on you personally, because not every black man is a deadbeat dad or a criminal or, you know, whatever that negative stereotype is. Not every black woman is a hoe and a thought and this, that, and the third. There are fucking Asian bitches out there that they pussy falling out. You know what I'm saying? Because they throw that motherfucker so much. There's motherfucking Asian dudes out there dope fiend out. There's Hispanics like everybody of every walk is afflicted by this same bullshit out here. And they in every fucking race. I don't care what nobody say. It just is what the fuck it is. And to hold on to those stereotypes is some bigot shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some ignorant shit that you personally want those stereotypes to remain, and you want to hold on to them, and you're not going to acknowledge that Uncle Tran is really a fucking crackhead, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to acknowledge that. Y'all want to keep trying to paint it some other way, but then when you look at a different race, you want to try and put that on them. Nah, let's recognize and acknowledge that this shit run through everybody. Bottom line, let's just start seeing the good for what the good is and the bad for what the bad is, regardless of what the race is. Now, mind you, look, with certain races, you might get a different temperament and result in doing certain things. You feel me? But it's still pieces of shit in every race, and it's great motherfuckers. No, that's just my fucking way. Yeah. You be the bigot if you want.
I definitely wanted to play that video too because I saw it and I seen mixed reactions. Now, I don't think that she was speaking bad per se about black men, but it was kind of like shade. But you know, I mean, I guess her experience was cool, and I'm not knocking it. But you know, it just seems weird. Like if a black dude was doing that, a lot of black women would call him weak or call him weak because he can't deal with a strong black woman.
Strong black woman. I get it.
They were like, you can't deal with a strong black woman.
Right.
Nigga.
Right. But hold on. You can't deal with a strong black man?
I didn't want to.
Hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? That's one of them old saying. Look.
And when I seen the video, I was like, damn, you know, maybe it was a good date, or, you know, this dude was cool. You know, I wasn't hating on the fact that he was white, but it was like, she was like, you know, dating a white man is better for her, and maybe it is, maybe because of the experience. But we shouldn't be like, oh, she can't deal with strong black men, that's why she do it. I was seeing a lot of that in the comments.
But that's what they gonna
say. And then other women arguing with other women like, oh, you just don't love our people. Your mama black, your daddy black. Like, okay, I get it.
I think it also, I think mentalities like that come from, it's not where they all come from, but I think some of them come from the fact that the earning potential for black men has always been lower than a lot of other races intentionally, and especially white men. So the reality of a better life, more benefits, whatever, easier life coming from a white man and a black man is a higher reality. You know what I'm saying? Because it was intentionally set that white men have a better earning potential than black men. And in a world where money is king, that's what is going to attract. Money brings security. It brings it brings all the shit that motherfuckers want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the more that's made, the easier life can be. You just got to do the right things with it. You know what I'm saying? It's
right. But
I don't know.
Like Alicia said, all she was saying that her experience was good. She wasn't saying anything bad about black men. It's just to hear it as a black man, it's like, damn, like you really feel that way. And I don't want to change the way anybody thinks. But it's just like, damn, like, is that how we looked at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we not doing that for our women? Are we not nurturing enough for our women? Are we not strong enough? Like it's a whole list of shit. You gotta
right.
Be a great man.
Right. Yeah. Especially being black.
Man.
But
I'm not knocking no girl for it. Like, you do it. You see, Talisha then dipped into the white pool.
I done had white girls want to have my babies.
Huh?
I said I done had white girls want to have my babies, begging me. 50, let me have your baby. Let me have your baby, Will. No, we ain't doing that. I'm good. And for me, I didn't want babies with them because I didn't like them like that. Not because they was white. Like, I just didn't feel that connection with them where I wanted kids with them. Bottom line. Just simple. Now 3 of my children are mixed with black and white because they mama black and white. You know what I'm saying? So she got a white side on her family. Like, I don't care about.
I didn't jump in the pool though. I kind of like sit outside the gate.
Yeah,
watch people.
You know what I mean? Watch us on the outside, but it wasn't because I don't, want mixed babies. My sister's mixed. She black and white. You feel me? I got cousins that's black and white. It ain't never been that. It's the connection. If I got a connection with that woman that make me say, yeah, I want kids with you, then I'm gonna do that. But ain't none of them ever gave me that feeling like, nigga, you somebody I want in my life forever enough to have kids with you. Maybe if I had entertained white girls a little bit more, maybe would have been something that would have happened, but it wasn't enticing to me. You know what I'm saying? I love my black women. I love Hispanic women. You feel me? My first baby mama was El Salvadorian. I didn't really give a fuck that she was El Salvadorian or she was Mexican or Guatemalan or whatever, nigga. It didn't matter. I love that Hispanic woman ethnicity, that fire, that flavor they got. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. My wife is black and Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Mexican, not El Salvadorian or Ecuadorian or none of that other shit. She's black and Mexican, but I don't really give a fuck. I love that Hispanic feel, you know what I mean? And she mixed with the sister. So it's
and I love that Hispanic feel.
It's the best of the both worlds. I got
give me a pinch of Hispanic on top of my black.
Nigga, give me the black with the sprinkle of Hispanic on it, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Put some pico de gallo on the greens. He said we're gonna make this work out.
But it's not a matter of not wanting. It's just a connection. You know what I mean? You gotta love and want. It's everybody on, to each their own. You know what I mean? My mama didn't trip. She had a baby by a white man. She loved that nigga, fucked with the nigga, and all the whole shit. Like, I ain't have a problem with her. My stepdad. You know what I mean? He taught me a lot of shit. I learned a lot of shit from him. But as far as like thinking that they lesser or greater or anything like that, no. I ain't never thought, oh, I'm gonna get with a white girl because I could her credit rating might be X, Y, and Z, and her parents might be. Nigga, to be completely honest, I dated a white chick, right? Her father was the contractor to build Morro Bay. You feel me? And I went to the houses. I seen all the whole houses. They own like 5 of them in a row, right off the water. Nigga, Porsches in all of them. Fucking, her brother lived in one. Her other brother lived in another one. And family was just, going down the line. If I was enticed by the money and wanted the accolade, thinking like that, that probably would have been something I chased. You feel me? Because nigga, they had bread. Nigga, they built. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that ain't how I think. I think that's a mentality that you gotta have or be taught. You feel me? Like,
I ain't gonna lie. I would have walked in and been like, somebody buying me some Super Bowl tickets in this month.
No, there were benefits that, immediate benefits that I did enjoy. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have no problem sitting bread and doing this, that, and the third. But as far as like chasing it because it was a bag there, or I could see a comfort level, or this, that, or the third, it wasn't there. It wasn't that. Fuck that. So Lisa said exactly, Jay. So we got to create the men and women we want through our kids, or us changing how we love. Hold on, what the fuck? Black women get the same rap though as black men. We in the same boat. LOL. Yep, exactly. Lisa said, laughing my ass off. FUQ. But who I marry? A mean black man. Shaking my head. LOL. I'm kidding.
Fucking right.
Wifey says, strong enough, yes. Nurturing, not so much. But many black men haven't been nurtured. So how would they know how to nurture anyone? Right. Wifey also said, girl, I got a meanie head too. Yeah, whatever. Quincy said, love me some black women. Wifey said, bitch, where the hot sauce and jalapenos?
Straight up. What the fuck? Get it together.
Felicia said, but black men as a whole do have issues with nurturing or serving their women, giving affirmations, not treating her in such ways. Not all, but a lot. And that's true.
Yeah.
But we weren't taught it. We didn't witness it.
Yeah.
That, for me, I didn't witness that shit. Even with my mom being with a white man, having a baby with him, I didn't witness that chivalry. He threw his money around a lot. That was his love language. Buy this, buy that, go here, go there, this, that, and the third. That was his love language. Shit, opening car doors? No. But that nigga show up with a $10,000 ring.
That'll work.
All the little knickknacks that she was mentioning, here and there, but not so much. You know what I'm saying? But other shit will pop off. So, it's like it's all in what you want as a person and what you're willing to accept and what you gonna chase, I guess.
Right.
That's just, I don't know, man. I don't want no fucking. I ain't a gold digger, so I need a connection. I need that real deal connection. Like we got to be in this. I got to know we in this together. That you feel me, I feel you. You feel my pain. You feel. You know what I mean? I feel your pain. We smile together. We laugh together. All the whole shit. I can't think that if you if shit hit the fan, you go up and skate on me. You feel me? Or that because you a certain race, you think you better than me. Or I don't want to feel none of that. None of it.
Ain't never lying, bro.
Talisha said most black men are ill prepared on being a partner or financial literacy, but not all black men. Right. She also said, I agree, 50. Y'all wasn't, but as adults, we can acknowledge and then change for the ones we love. Right. And that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? We change for the better. We may not completely hit all those marks, but we trying. Yeah, but we trying. You know what I'm saying? I may not always open the door for my wife, but I make sure I carry the heavy shit, you know, to and from the car. I rub her back, rub her feet. I make sure I put my hands on her in a good way. You know what I mean? To touch her softly, gently. Just walk by with a good elbow.
Get up. Life is rough out there.
But, you know, we see the things that we were missing. That's what we're supposed to, I feel, do. Is see the things we were missing and lacking and try to incorporate them into who we are and provide them for our spouses. You know what I mean? I may not have seen the back rubs and the doors being opened and all that shit, but my wife tells me how she wants me to love on her, and she tells me the things that she likes and don't like. So we have a communication that allows us to, I guess, build those areas up to make sure that we hitting those, I guess, chivalry marks in our book. Because I don't think everybody want the same chivalry shit.
Yeah, some women don't. You're right about that, bro. Definitely. What you got? You got anything else before we get up out of here?
Talisha, hold on. Talisha said, and I'm vocal now about my knees because I'd be damned if I suffer for life. LOL. No, fuck a LOL. For real. I'd be damned if we shit. Why do I want to be in a relationship with somebody who's not trying to help it blossom into something positive and productive? Right. You know, that's where, you know, you asking, that's where I'm segueing to. That's what it is. The people we choose to tolerate and have in our lives, we have to be conscious about. You know what I'm saying? We can't just be with somebody because they provide, they hitting one mark. You know what I mean? They got one check. We can't just be with them because, oh, you know, they got a couple checks. We got to make sure that they hitting the checks that we need hit and talk about it, be open about it, be able to voice it honestly. You know what I'm saying? Hey, nigga, you don't put your hands on me and rub me and hold me and grab me and love on me right now. Sit down with me for 10 minutes, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to be open about, you know, be honest. Like, look, this is what I want. Don't drop hints. Stop the hint dropping. Stop trying to just go put their hand on them. You know what I'm saying? You just go slide up on them and put their hand right there. No, sometimes you got to be voiceful. Correct. Hey, motherfucker. Yeah, I need you to slap my ass right now and pull my hair and take me in the room.
Say less.
I don't know.
Saddle up. That's right.
Yeah. Say less. I got you, baby. I got you. That might be what she, you know, her love language, how she wants you to actually fucking treat her occasionally. You know what I mean? More than you do.
That's hella funny though.
Fuck that. We have to learn how to fill each other up consistently, not just take and take. Exactly, Talisha. Wife said, absolutely. Talisha said, when you leave your partner empty, it leaves room for someone else to come fill it. Yep. Wife said, I got a meanie. I sometimes got to get mean/aggressive. Yep, she do. That motherfucking part, she said. Because with me, I don't like to just be touched all the time. You know what I'm saying? I like, we could sit there and be cool and vibe and shit, but sometimes I don't like to be touched, handed shit, questioned, none of it. Sometimes I just want to sit and be. But she knows this, she know how to handle it, address it, and she know how to come at me. Sometimes she got to come at me talking shit to make me, drop the wall real quick and smile and laugh or whatever, and then she'll come fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? But I got such a demeanor where I'm always in my zone. You know what I mean? But sometimes we got to be able to be pulled out of that and get into another zone, like a more lighthearted zone. I'm a serious individual. She said, "Nigga, me too." The fuck? But that's where I'm at with it right now, bro. Like, I think in these relationships that we form in, we got to be more conscious and thoughtful about who we entertaining and why we entertaining them, and stop just being caught up in the eye candy or the comfort factor that we might think a motherfucker could bring to us. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you think they can help you elevate to another level, we got to be conscious about that and not actually just always fall for it and fall into that type of shit. You dig me? Because sometimes you bite off more than you could chew. You think this motherfucker could come add extra value and a comfort to your lifestyle, but shit, that might come with a whole lot of shit that you ain't ready for. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be cautious about who we entertaining and keeping in our life. Me personally, even though me and my wife looking for a second wife, we don't fuck with a lot of people. We don't fuck with people, period, because we don't want to entertain just anybody, and we don't want just anybody in our life. Nigga, that ain't something that's it ain't about just what we want. It ain't about just what we trying to do. It's about all of it encompassing. You know what I mean? You got to think bigger than just your wants, your needs. You got to think about how all of it's going to work out together, how all of it's going to actually manifest. Have a real thought to it. Yeah. The wife said, whatever.
Oh man, another successful show. I think we got to start getting more men guests on here. I think Norm is one of the people that wanted to come on. He said he had some stuff he wanted to talk about, so I definitely want to start doing that. But I think we need to start.
Niggas need to bring your asses on here.
Yeah, that's what I want to put out there, fellas. Start tapping in. Find other men to tap in. You know, we come in here, we talk shit. You can present a question if you want to, and get a question, something that you want answered.
Men's mental health is very important, motherfucker. You a man, you need to be in here addressing these issues or bringing up issues that need to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? Because every man's issues is not the same. The issues I deal with, not everybody else deal with. And the shit that Quincy deal with, I might not deal with it. He don't deal with the shit that I deal with. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the more perspectives, the more men we can help. Get your asses in here. Stop just being bystanders and watchers and actually come get some feedback, motherfuckers. Shout out to Seven. Right. Y'all
see what it is. Make sure y'all check out Real Blunt every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. on the West, and you know the rest. My boy 50 Components, J Pooh. Man, make sure y'all follow the pages. Do all that. Check out my boy 50 Capone's music. I Am Capone is out right now. Everybody that come through here.
Check them all out. Love and Hate. I Am Capone. Straight OG. I got 3 albums out there. I got a couple singles out there too. Just go Google me. FIFTYCAPONE.
It's definitely good to do, man. Thank everybody for who came out today and people that have continued to support the Full Cup podcast. I'm Quincy with the questions.
Big 50 Capone. Stay blown, baby.
Hey, y'all be easy, man.
We love y'all, man.